What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU, and of course, the Spider-Man Sony universe, the SPUMC, the Spider-Verse, whatever they are calling it nowadays. There have been some pretty big reveals recently, thanks to some set photos from Madam Web. As it turns out, it does look like Sony indeed has a plan for their Spider-Verse. It looks like Madam Web is going to be a lot more important than we thought it would be, and it does look like Sony is indeed going to build their universe to have a major event, much like Avengers Endgame, but actually it's kind of going to be more like Avengers Secret Wars. It's actually going to be a combination of both Avengers Endgame and Secret Wars. We're going to have the multiverse involved. We'll have a lot of variants, but it's only going to be one universe. It's all going to take place inside of one universe. However, multiple variants will be in that one universe. So lots to talk about today, including a possible big bad for Sony's Spider-Man universe. It looks like they might have actually done that, and it is rather cool. So let's dive into it, and of course, if you're new, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Spider-Man and of course, MCU news. So as I mentioned, this comes from some set photos of Madam Web. Now, if you're not familiar with what Madam Web is a character in the comics who can travel the multiverse. And in the comics, she is essentially a cosmic entity. Now, Madam Web is good. I've heard some people talk about how she could be bad. I don't think that's going to be the case in the Sony Spider-Verse. I believe she'll be good, and I believe that she'll be a very, very important character moving forward. In fact, Madam Web is probably going to be the biggest and most important movie that is taking place inside of the Spider-Verse that we've ever had so far. And that is because she truly is going to set up the multiverse in the Spider-Verse. Yes, we've had Spider-Man No Way Home, but realize that that takes place in the MCU. And yes, there is kind of a blurred line between the MCU and the Spider-Verse, and now that the multiverse is existing in both universes, I suppose we can get a crossover between the universes because we basically already did with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. However, as most people know, you're not going to see anybody like Sam Wilson's Captain America show up in the Spider-Verse. But this is leading to something much bigger, a huge Spider-Verse that is pretty much just a bunch of different Spider-Man variants. And of course, other awesome Spider-Man characters as well. We'll have Peter Parker, of course, but then we'll have Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, we'll have the Scarlet Spider, Spider-Punk, a bunch of different versions of Spider-Man and people with Spider-Man powers. And they're all about to come together in one universe because it looks like the main big bad of Sony's universe is about to come into play in Madam Web, and it looks like he's going to be hunting down a bunch of different Spider-Men in a bunch of different universes. And if things are going to go the way I think they are going to go and what insiders are saying, this is actually about to get really, really good. Of course, that depends if they pull it off, of course, and they do it the right way, but the idea and the concept is there, and it's phenomenal. So check this out, I'll explain and tie it all together. We've got some recent photos from the set of Madam Web, and it shows us this person in what appears to be some type of Spider-Man outfit. Now, before we get into if he's a Spider-Man variant or not, because he definitely looks like it, let's talk about the actor, because this actor definitely looks like it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, who is supposed to be playing Kraven the Hunter. At first I thought, well, okay, multiverse, that's real. However, despite really looking like him in these photos, apparently this is the actor Tahir Rahim. So it is not Aaron Taylor Johnson, it is not some type of variant of Kraven the Hunter. But of course now the question is he some type of variant of Spider-Man? Well, apparently not. According to the insider account, Can We Get Some Toast, they said, I've heard he's allegedly Ezekiel Sims, the Terminator of this movie, if you will. However, they went on to say not 100% on this though. Now, for those of you who know the name Ezekiel Sims, you know that things are about to get very, very exciting. However, it does look like they're going to twist it up a little bit. Ezekiel Sims is not bad in the comics. However, this insider says that he's going to be the villain of this film. And he could possibly even be a big bad of this entire Spider-Man universe or be working for a big bad of the universe. But like I mentioned, Ezekiel Sims is good in the comics and he's granted the powers of a spider totem. Now, for those who may not know what a spider totem is, it's essentially a multiversal entity, a sort of cosmic entity that was created by the elder goddess Neith, and they are linked to a mystical force called the Web of Life and Destiny. And this is essentially what Madam Web can look at to look into other universes, look into the entire multiverse, and travel throughout it as well. The Web of Life and Destiny is essentially the entire multiverse, a model of it that allows people to travel through it. So although Ezekiel Sims may be bad in this movie, we can kind of see how everything is starting to connect. This is going to be a major movie for the Spider-Man universe, introducing the Web of Life and Destiny, the true big multiverse as a whole inside of the Spider-Verse, and they could even possibly introduce spider totems, which would be really, really cool. These spider deities essentially can actually choose avatars, and Peter Parker has been an avatar before for the one called the Other. And of course, other spider variants can be chosen by other spider totems. This whole concept to bring into the Spider-Verse is a really great idea. And if Sony is about to go into the direction that I think they're going to go into, the Sony Spider-Man universe is about to be amazing. And Spider-Man No Way Home could have just been the start of seeing Spider-Man variants. Now, according to Can We Get Some Toast, Ezekiel Sims will be the villain and is going to be a sort of Terminator, meaning this person is going to be hunting down different Spider-Man variants in different universes. And I really, really like this idea, and it sounds like a big setup, like I mentioned, for a big bad. Someone who is hell-bent on getting rid of all of the different types of Spider-Man variants, perhaps to try and get to the Web of Life and Destiny somehow, or to gain all of the powers of all of the spider totems for that one person. That is definitely a power that one person would like to have. And if there are no Spider-Man variants left anymore, the spider totems can't exactly choose avatars. So it is sort of a weird twist that they would have Ezekiel Sims be a bad guy, but it's not the first time we've seen that done. And the reason that I think that this could be a big bad is because rumor has it, some insiders have reported, that Sony is building up to a Spidergeddon. And again, this is essentially Avengers Endgame / Avengers Secret Wars, where all of the different variants of Spider-Man come together in one universe, in the main universe actually. There have been stories where Spider-Man have gone to other universes outside of the main universe, but this is one where everybody comes to the main one. And essentially, in the comics, there's almost every single Spider-Man variant there. So just think of Avengers Endgame where you saw all of these other different heroes on screen. That's what we're going to get if we get the Spider-Geddon movie. Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2099. Heck, they could even bring all of the different Spider-Man variants from Into the Spider-Verse into the real live action Spider-Verse. It could be absolutely insane. And of course, it's Spider-Man, so this could be one of the biggest movies of all time if this is indeed going to happen and is indeed the true direction that Sony is heading, which I believe they should do. After all, we know they've been working with Kevin Feige a lot about every Spider-Man project they have going on, so it would make sense that he would advise them and they would listen to his advice to kind of have a big bad of the entire universe, to connect it with a villain, and then bring everybody together. This could be way bigger than Spider-Man No Way Home. This could actually blow Spider-Man No Way Home out of the water, and I love that movie, so that's saying something. So this could be a complete and total game changer for the Spider-Man universe. It could completely turn it around and make it something fantastic. And I really hope that's the direction that they're going. But hey, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments down below. Would you like to see this happen or not? Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay updated on all things Spider-Man and the MCU. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.